Welcome back, dear students. In the previous class we have seen syntax directed definition for construction of syntax tree using S attributed definition. Today we are going to see construction of syntax tree using L attributed definitions. So the L attributed definitions shown above performs the same translation as the S attributed definitions, right? Moreover, the attributes of the symbol capital E, capital T, ID and num are same as that were in the S attributed definitions, right? So the rules for building the syntax tree are similar to those which we have used for the desk calculator, where the L attributed definitions were used to evaluate the synthesized attributes, right? Here E dot node, E dash dot sat, T dot node, right? ID dot entry, num, these are the synthesized attribute. Remaining like E dash dot iat is the inherited attribute, right? So the terminal E dash over here has both the attribute, that is inherited attribute and synthesized attribute, as E dash dot iat and E dash dot sat respectively, right? The inherited attribute E dash dot iat here represents the partial syntax tree which is constructed till the current point, right? So it also represents the root of the tree for the prefix of the input string that is to the left of the subtree of E dash. That means suppose this is the E dash 1, so it represents, at this point it represents the left part of the subtree which is constructed, that is up to plus t, suppose, right, the value of t node, right? So here when this rule will be executed, what will happen? E1 dash dot inherited will this new attribute will create a node, right, which have the value of E dash dot inherited and get the value from T dot node. So the T dot node and plus value will be, this point will be created at this particular point, whereas the synthesized attribute of E dash will get the value of the synthesized attribute of the E1 dash, right? When the first rule is used, that is E derives to T E dash, at that point the inherited attribute of E dash will get the value, whatever value is present at T dot node, right? And the E dot node will get the value of the synthesized attribute of E dash dot node. Similarly, the third rule will be evaluated, and in the fourth rule, when E dash derives to epsilon, simply we copy the inherited attribute of E dash to the synthesized attribute of E dash. The remaining rules are same as in the previous example, right? Okay, so let's move further and see construction of parse tree for a minus 7 plus b using the L attributed definition. So consider the following dependency graph for the given expression, right? So here what will happen? First point, the first node will be created, ID, and the node that will be created is T node, which will get the value of ID, right? So this node is the synthesized attribute, right? The second thing that will happen is the third node that will be created is num, and the T dot node will get the value of num. So this is the sequence of execution. It will get the value from num Lexwell, and the T node attribute of T will get the value from num, right? The next node that will be created is by using the rule, right? Which rule? E derives to T dash, that is the first rule. So here we have seen in the previous slide that the inherited attribute of E dash will get the value of T dot node. So simply we get that E dash of inherited will get the value which is present at T dot node, that is A, right? Okay, now we have minus T E dash, right? So E dash will be expanded to minus T E dash. So here we have the value of T dot node, we have the value of E dash dot inherited, so and we have minus. So according to third rule in the previous slide, we get the value of E1 dash, the inherited attribute of E1 dash, as new node will be created, right? And it will be minus, then E1 E dash dot inherited and T dot node, right? So it will get the next node which will be created is node number 6, and this will get the value from these two parts, so it will be a minus 4. So e1 dash dot inherited will get a minus 4. The next part, what will happen, the 7th and the 8th node will be created, wherein the node attribute of t will get the value of id, right? And now we have plus t, and we have the inherited attributes of e1 dash. So again, by the second rule, what we'll get, we get the value of e2 dash, and e2 dash will be nothing but combination of this. So it will create a new node, right, as e2 dash, wherein the inherited attribute of e2 dash will get the value from the t dot node and e1 dash dot inherited. So we'll get the complete pass tree over here, that is a minus 7 plus b. Right, now we see that e2 dash has no expansion, right? So what we'll do, we'll simply copy the rule, that is e2 dash derives to epsilon or e dash derives to epsilon. Here what we have done, we have simply copied the inherited attribute of e2 dash to synthesized attribute of e2 dash at node 9. So we get e2 dash synthesized will be equals to copy of e2 dash inherited. So a minus b plus a minus 7 plus b. Now this value will be carried upward until the point we get the value for the root node of the complete syntax tree, that is e dot node, right? So in this way this will be carried, that is we will copy the e1 dash synthesized, will copy the value of e2 dash synthesized in e1 dot synthesized, then similarly we'll copy the value of e1 dot synthesized to e dash dot synthesized, and finally we'll get the value of e dot node as copy of e dash dot synthesized. In this way the parse tree will be created. This is how a syntax tree will be created by using L attributed definitions. Thank you.